ASEAN Dailies. First and the foremost news from Southeast Asia.
Hi, this is Arlene.
Hi, this is Grace.
Welcome to our ASEAN Daily today. So, Grace, what is happening lately? It has been a lot of buzz on social media regarding on the 1MDB issue.
That's right. I mean, this issue has been going on for some time and it has gone international and globally, and a lot of people are aware on this issue on MDB. And apparently we're looking at this FBI website, and regarding this corruption, apparently the US seeks to recover $1 billion in the largest kleptocracy case to date.
Wow, and it involves Malaysia's 1MDB. Of course, it's no surprise the issue has been quite ongoing for a long time, and only now that a government by obviously the US managed to gather good evidence regarding on how a couple of corrupted officers within the 1MDB have misappropriated the public funds for their own personal gains.
Right.
A couple of people I know actually woke up 3 o'clock in the morning just to listen to the FBI Deputy Director and a couple of people on their press conference announcing the US efforts to recover more than $1 billion in assets associated with the 1MDB by the Malaysian government.
That's right. And also the FBI has 3 dedicated international corruption squads. They are in New York City, Los Angeles, and Washington, D.C. This is to deal with the foreign bribery incidents that are often tied to kleptocracy. And this is a term they use to when foreign officials steal from their own governments at the expense of their citizens, which this term can relate to what's happening in Malaysia as well.
But we have to realize that this is, at the end of the day, not really a criminal case. It is, in fact, a civil forfeiture complaint regarding on recovering assets associated with the 1MDB fund by the Malaysian government, which means that the assets recovered will be returned back to the Malaysian government of nearly $8 billion to benefit the Malaysian people. And do you know what are the assets that they have been recovered?
What are the assets?
One of them is actually the income from the movie The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, the famous movie.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago.
Yes. And another one is private yachts, hotels, including artworks. And I'm talking about rare artworks by Vincent van Gogh and also Claudette Monet.
All right. So those are the assets they can associate regarding this 1MDB issue. But when you talk about this issue deeper regarding this corruption, when all these corrupt officials bring all those gains to the United States, they also bring their corrupt practices and this regards for the rule of law, which of course will create more problems in one society, or furthermore to the nation, and that presents a threat to the economy and impacts on trade and investment as well.
I mean, what's interesting is this is nothing new. I'm sure a lot of Malaysians already knew some of the scandals involving 1MDB. It's just that now it has been made public and by a trusted agency like the FBI. A couple of months ago, The Edge last year have made quite a huge claim, and almost the same kind of claim on the complex trail of money laundering, global money laundering, in fact, involving the 1MDB. And of course, the main characters, it's almost like a movie. The main character of the money laundering is Jolo, which infamously was associated with Paris Hilton.
That's right.
And another one is the Najib Razak's stepson, Riza Aziz. He actually co-founded the Red Granite, which of course is the producer for The Wolf of Wall Street.
So, but interestingly, from the movie and then the reality, we sort of do relate the stories and what's been happening. But I'm sure more updates from this will be on, and we just need to keep our ears and eyes open to keep ourselves updated on this issue. But it is very scandalous, and something needs to be done to be able to, I mean, for public especially, for us to know even better about it and what we can do to make things move forward, not just complaining only.
Hi, this is Arlene.
Welcome back, this is Grace.
And you're still with us on our ASEAN Daily. So earlier on, Grace, we discussed a lot about the works or efforts by the FBI in the US regarding on uncovering the size of corruption or what's the word again?
Kleptocracy?
Kleptocracy.
Yeah, that's right.
Kleptocracy case that has amounted to $1 billion US. But on the other hand, besides the work of the US Justice Department, we also have the Swiss police seizing the Monet and Van Gogh art linked to 1MDB.
That's right. These two famous painters, 3 paintings as a part of the huge Malaysian corruption investigation, it was seized. They were all seized by Swiss police. And it's about, let's say, $1 billion US in assets, like we just talked about it before. And they're bought with money believed to have been taken from Malaysian State Fund 1MDB. And the fund was, I mean, of course, it was originally set up and overseen by our Prime Minister Najib Razak, but he's been denying all those things that he's been doing.
So, moving on to the kind of I guess, issue that the Swiss police have with the 1MDB case is they are definitely cooperating with the US Justice Department, and from there the US authority has filed a 1 billion seize of assets believing to be part of the 1MDB, including luxury homes, hotels and fine art. And also our Prime Minister, which is under a huge pressure now because all these are under his purview. And what's interesting is from the report, because one of the, I guess, a bit vague but reference regarding the person that is in charge with the whole scandal, they actually put it under a name called Malaysian Official Number 1. They until now haven't really named who the person is.
Right.
Of course, for social media, they actually poke fun of the word Malaysian Official Number 1 and refer it to the Prime Minister of Malaysia instead.
That's right, because that particular phrase was, I think, one of the highlights on social media recently.
It's really funny because even now, like, let's say you are the head of a company and then you're being someone introduce you to their friends, they will be like, oh, she is Durian ASEAN number 1, you know, like Durian ASEAN officer number 1. He has become such a meme that everyone is just making fun.
It's again with the help of social media, I guess. So we'll be back for our next news after this short break.
Hey, this is Arlene.
Welcome back, this is Grace.
You're still with us on our ASEAN Daily. So earlier on, we discussed on the FBI case as well as the case regarding the Swiss police where they have assisted with the FBI file case to seize the artwork. And on a parallel case, we also have Singapore uncovering the assets or freezing the assets from the 1MDB scandal, which they uncovered at DBS, UBS, and Standard Chartered.
That's right. So, Monetary Authority of Singapore, or call it MAS, mentioned that it found lapses and weaknesses in anti-money laundering controls at the banks and Singapore operation, and that it will be taking actions against them already.
And according to the Monetary Authority of Singapore, that it found lapses and weaknesses, which means that the preliminary investigation found extensive layers of transactions and subterfuge aimed at disguising the nature of certain activities and fund flows, where shell companies in various jurisdictions use to conceal the funds' true beneficiaries. I think this is probably bigger than the Panama paper case that was uncovered a couple of months ago.
That's right. I mean, 1MDB, this case seemed quite quiet for the last couple of months, and then it's being brought up by USA and as well as Singapore now, that definitely our Malaysian PM is under great pressure at this moment. But I guess things weren't solved before. So time has come again to look at the cases, and also perhaps the more things are revealed at this stage.
And according to a news that the Monetary Authority of Singapore also completed a related investigation of BSI Singapore, resulted in a decision to shut down the private bank, calling it the worst case of control lapses and gross misconduct that they have seen in the Singapore financial sector. It's really sad to see that the corruption of 1MDB, the scale of it is so huge that it has impacted the country or the system in various countries, including the US, Switzerland, and sadly our neighboring country, Singapore.
That's right. So basically, in the course of Singapore's investigations, bank accounts belonging to various individuals, they were seized, and the dealing in the properties belonging to some of these individuals have been curtailed. And then this is according to MAS. So basically, the assets amount in total to about $240 million. And with about, that's in Sing dollars by the way, and about 120 Sing dollars million, that total belonging that the famous Joe, Low Tech Joe and his immediate family.
Well, I'm not surprised, and I think this will be months to come to really see the impact and the scale of the 1MDB corruption issue. I mean, a lot of countries are involving in it, including the Middle East, like Abu Dhabi. So we are seeing a lot of the governments in the world and their authorities are really trying to look into the money trail. And I think beyond the US government, governments in other countries are also, looking this as something that will impact their financial system, and definitely something that they want to handle very carefully and rigorously.
That's right.
That's all from our ASEAN Daily today. Thank you for tuning into 3 ASEAN. For more updates on Southeast Asia, please go to our website at 3ASEAN.com. If you're on the go, you can always download our TuneIn app on your mobile. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels at 3 ASEAN and 3 ASEAN TV. Don't forget to follow us on our Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram.